Let's begin this session with homework exercise number 1 from section 9.1, measuring length. All right, it says fill in each blank so that the resulting statement is true. All right, in the English system, which is primarily what we use in the U.S., how many inches are in a foot? And it is 12 inches. So there are 12 inches in a foot. And there are 3 feet in every yard. So notice if there's 3 feet in a yard and every foot is 12 inches, then there would be 3 times 12, right? 3 feet, 12 inches in a foot. So there would be 36 inches in 1 yard. And most of you don't know this, but there are 5,280 feet in a mile. So if you want to write that down in your notebook, 5,280 feet in 1 mile. That's the conversion, okay? All right, let's go to problem number 2. In the metric system, it goes in the order. People are in King Henry died unit drinking chocolate milk. This is kilo, hecta, deca. This is deci, centi, and milli. Okay, this is 1,000 units, 1,000 like meters. This is means 100 times. This means 10 times. This means 1/10, 1/100th, and milli is 1/1000th. Deci is D by itself, 1/10. Deca, since there's 2 D's, DA, deca means 10 times the unit, okay? So that's the order there. So now if we apply that in that order, 1 kilometer is actually 1,000 meters, right? It's a bigger unit. 1 hectometer is the next one over, is 100. Hecto means 100. Deca means 10, decade, so it's 10 meters. A decimeter is what? 1/10 of a meter. 1/10 as a decimal is 0.1. 1 centimeter is 1/100th. 1/100th as a decimal, 1 divided by 100 is 0.01. So it's 0.01. And 1 millimeter is 1/1000th. Again, 1 divided by 1,000 is 0.001 as a decimal. So there it is. Okay? All right, homework exercise number 3. Use dimensional analysis to convert the quantity to the indicated units. Okay, now you can either do dimensional analysis or set up a proportion. Dimensional analysis, write down what you're given, 42 inches, right? You want to convert to feet. What you're going to do is what you want to convert to goes in the numerator, and the canceling, the one you want to get rid of, goes in the denominator. So inches goes in the denominator, feet goes in the numerator. Now you multiply, you got to do the equivalence of each of the numerator and the denominator being equal. So remember, for every 1 foot, there are 12 inches. Okay, so that's the equivalent. The inches cancel. Notice 42 times 1, the product of the numerators over the denominator. So the 12's in the denominator, so we're going to divide. So it's going to be 42 times 1, which is just 42, divided by 12. Okay, so it's going to be a division because the 12's in the denominator. So we'll do 42 divided by 12 on our calculator and get by 12 and get 3.5 feet. Okay, now you can also do this as a proportion. You can just do feet over inches or inches over feet, it doesn't matter. We'll just do feet to inches. Okay, what do we have here? We know that there is for every what? 1 foot, there is 12 inches. And now equals how many feet we're missing, x feet, for 42 inches. So there's my proportion, feet to inches, the one we know, and then the one we're missing given the known. And this is the unit measurement, 1 foot for 12 inches. Cross multiply, 1 times 42 is 42. 12 times x is 12x. So to solve for x, divide by 12, and we would get 42 divided by 12, which we did the same way and the other way, and we get 3.5. Okay? So if you want to set it up and solve it as a proportion, you can do these problems that way also. Okay, number 4, 27 feet to inches. All right, this time we have, again, 27 feet. We want to convert to inches, so inches in the numerator, feet's in the denominator. Okay, and we know that for every 1 foot there are 12 inches. Now notice the 12 is in the numerator, so you multiply. It's the product of the numerators. You can think of this over 1. So it's 27 times 12 divided by 1. You won't change the answer. So this time it's a multiplication because the number that's not 1 is in the numerator. The 12 is in the numerator, so 27 times 12 gives us 324 inches. And of course, inches is a smaller unit, right? So you need more of them, so it makes sense. In order to have 27 feet, you need a lot more inches because inches is a smaller unit. Okay, so you have to have a bigger number. So common sense says that does make sense. Okay, 15 yards to inches. Problem number 5. Okay, 15 yards. We want to convert to inches. We want to get rid of yards, and remember there's 3 feet, 12 inches in a yard and 3 feet in a yard, right? So that means 3 times 12, there's 36 inches for every 1 yard. And again, the 36 is in the numerator, so we're going to multiply the 15 by 36. The denominators are just 1, so we don't have, that doesn't change it. So we'll do 15 times 36, and that will give us the number of 15, the number of inches in 15 yards. $540. Okay, 3 feet to yards. Okay, we have the given amount, 3 feet. We want to convert to yards. We know that for every 1 yard there are 3 feet. That's our standard conversion. The 3's in the denominator, so we're going to divide. The ones here and here don't have any effect, so it's just going to be 3 divided by 3, which we can do in our head, which is 1, right? And we know that what? 3 feet is equivalent to 1 yard, okay? But if you have a different number, you may have to go ahead and do it with dimensional analysis. You might not be able to do it in your head. It might not be that easy. All right, let's look at number 7. 28,910 feet. Convert to miles. 28,910 feet. Okay, now we want what? Convert to miles, so miles is in the numerator. Feet are in the denominator. And do you remember for every 1 mile, there are 5,280 feet. So the 5,280 is in the denominator, and so we're going to divide, right? 28,910 divided by 5,280 feet. And that will convert the feet to miles. Again, we'll have to have a smaller number because miles is a bigger unit, right? So we got 28,910 divided by 5,280 from 5,280 feet in 1 mile. 5,910. So rounded to the nearest hundredth, 5.475, we'd round off to 5.48, right? Nearest hundredth is 2 decimals, right? So we have, again, 5.475. There's a 5 there, so we would make the 7 and 8. So to the nearest hundredth, 2 decimals would be 5.48. Okay. Number 8, use the diagram in the box to convert the given measurement to the unit indicated, 13 meters to centimeters. Okay, now, they got the King Henry died drinking chocolate milk and the unit in between, so all you have to do is you locate meters, which is right here, and you're going to centimeters, so you're going 1, 2 jumps to the right. So 13, you're going to do the decimals there, it's a whole number, 2 jumps to the right, 1, 2, so you'd have to add 2 zeros, so that would make it 1,300 centimeters. Again, you just count the number of steps, jumps over from this chart, and you move it in the same direction. From meters to centimeters is from left to right, so we move our decimal from left to right, so we get, again, a bigger number. Again, centimeters is smaller than meters, so we need more centimeters because it's a smaller unit. More centimeters will be equivalent to a smaller number of meters, which is a bigger unit. Okay? So the answer is 1,300 centimeters. Okay, we're going to stop this session at problem number 8. Homework exercise number 8. If you have any questions, send me an email at tswears@hodges.edu or call me at 239-938-7805. Email is tswiersz. Thank you.